Welcome back to Great Tastes of Manitoba here at the Grant Park Liquor Mart Education Center. I'm Ace Burpee. This is Adriana Barros, Manitoba Beef Producers in the house who made a great burger, a great strip loin steak. Now a good old-fashioned, old-school roast, but with a twist. It's got like a glaze on it. So
a balsamic glaze.
Yeah, good,
yes.
Cool.
Okay, so we're using beef tenderloin. It's a premium oven roast. It's impressive and ideal for a celebration or a special occasion. So we're gonna get started. So if you'd like to salt and pepper our roast.
I do very much want to do that.
So we always want to season our red meats before we cook it, and it's always noticed when they're not seasoned properly, so that's important. So I'm going to go ahead while Ace is doing that and make our marinade. So I have a fresh herbed marinade. So what's in it is a little bit of thyme.
Yep.
So I have some thyme here, some fresh oregano.
Nice.
And some parsley. And then we're going to bind this all together with some canola oil. So really easy. It's almost like a pesto, but it can't be called a pesto because it's not a pesto.
That is the number 1 rule.
So,
I've never used a magic bullet.
Yeah. So this is easy. We can walk away from it, get our roast nicely seasoned. Is it seasoned on both sides?
I did not.
So we'll flip it over. Get that seasoned. So this is looking perfect, just the way we want it.
I feel like making a roast says we're doing something special.
It is. It's like a special occasion.
That's good. Look at that. I feel like I'm
pour
not doing
that
enough
on.
with this.
You can kind of slather that around with your tongs if you like. So that's kind of our flavor marinade.
Nice
And because
one.
this is such a tender, juicy roast, you
flip.
can flip that. We don't need to let this sit to marinate overnight or for several hours. This is just going to flavor the meat on its own while it's cooking. So like I said, because this is a tender premium roast, we're gonna be using the oven to roast it.
Yep.
So that's the dry heat method versus
hang on,
basting it.
I don't want to sell you out here, but remember earlier you were talking about caramelizing and the importance of like caramelizing. What were those? We did the
strip loin
the strip loins. Fine. But what about this?
Caramelization should not be lost, especially on a roast like this. It's so perfect and it's a special occasion, so you don't want to miss out on that. So we're doing it in the oven. Yeah. So what you do is you place your roast in the oven at 425 for 10 minutes. And what that's going to do is just heat blast that roast, and it's going to caramelize.
It sort of sears it all in almost?
Exactly. It's going to sear it, and it's going to add that caramelized color, and it's going to add that extra crust and that flavor.
Okay.
So,
and then there's also the like, how do you take the what temperature and how do we use this? Yeah, I have no idea.
The meat thermometer goes into the center of the roast, and this is the sure way of always getting your roast beef cooked properly. So this is going to go into our roasting pan, and I have a wire rack here, and that's going to add circulation in the oven, so we're going to get an even cooking process.
Here's what Adriana does when she comes prepared and she thinks of everything. I am going to, yes?
The oven.
I thought, like, you can put this thing in the oven. This is the first time I've ever heard of this in my life.
They're
I did
so
not
handy,
know this
and
until
they
today.
really ensure that you cook your roasts properly. You don't have to guess, is it done, is it not? It's always gonna come out perfect every time. So that's going in at 425 for 10 minutes to sear it, and then it's gonna be, the temperature is gonna be put down to 275, and it's gonna cook until that meat thermometer says it's medium rare or however you want it done. So Ace is coming back. What you want to do is close
that with your shoulder.
Ace is coming back with our tenderloin. So how we want to serve this is just slice it really thinly for your guests, put it on a platter, and then I have here a balsamic glaze, which I've made.
She did, yeah, all kinds of crazy good in this. There's balsamic vinegar. I think she put some sugar.
Yeah, equal parts balsamic vinegar and sugar.
Maybe rum?
Dijon mustard and rum.
Dijon mustard and rum. Well done.
And this just gets poured over top.
That's great stuff. That is a fresh herb tenderloin balsamic glaze. Good stuff. So now we get to pair all these dishes. We'll do that right after these.